Oh yeah, just wanted to do an update on all the weird symptoms and that I've got, and the added on bits, and to talk about just a few strange circumstances that I find strange. I think it's good to document on video. So I went right. What I wrote down is I got diagnosis of epilepsy, which was complex partial seizures of the frontal lobe. Was put on high doses of anti-epileptics for about 2 years until they finally said, no, we don't think it is epilepsy. We think it's non-epileptic attack disorder or something, because the epilepsy drugs weren't working and they were making me my temper just go over the limit and stuff like that. They weren't good at all. I've had 4 brain scans, including like one MRI, but the others were CT. And the same lady was there at each scan, even though I went to 2 different hospitals, which I found weird. It was the same lady doing the scans at 2 different hospitals. I, I broke a bone in my ankle and had the pot off in just a week, when I was told it would take 6 weeks to heal with the pot on. So that was strange, and everyone who were in the waiting room having their pots taken off had him on for 6 weeks. So that was really strange, and the plaster was put on extremely shoddily, according to the nurse who took it off. She's like, "This isn't on. Whoever did this were trying to cut off your circulation in your ankle or something," because they'd basically spiked it out around my ankle, which was strange. So I've written down techniques used. People were pointing at the floor for quite a long while. This is just a random one, where everyone was pointing down to the floor. As soon as I walked past people, they would all point down at the floor, maybe in order to get me to continuously look down. People mirroring all my movements in the street. That happened for quite some time. They were copying everything I did for quite a while, and I found out that in the mental health system they're actually taught to do that, because apparently it puts patients at ease. Can you believe? That's a true fact, because Mum worked with paranoid schizophrenics and other people with mental problems in a mental halfway house, and she said I was taught to mirror all their movements because copying them apparently puts them at ease. And I was like, well, that's a load of shit. If you don't tell them, they're going to think, why are you copying all my movements, and get them more paranoid, surely. Lots of people closing in on my personal space. I'd have that for like a couple of months at a time, where people would be basically right in my area, like closed right in, so I could sort of feel that aura. They were that close, and it made me very uncomfortable for quite some time. People continuously talking about stuff I had just spoken about or said in the house, where there should be no one listening, or to my mum or something like that, which was strange. And that happens on and off still. It's strange. Police harassment. Police just turning up everywhere I went for about 3 months in one go, and then it just stopped completely. So that's why I know it was strange that was happening. Mental health harassment, including in the mental health ward. I won't go into that too much. Prison guard harassment. I was accused of having a mobile phone while I was in prison, and these 4 prison guards quickly unlocked my cell, came in with batons, and they were like, "Put your hands in the air," and all this stuff. And they were like, there was a phone signal coming from your cell. That was what they told me, and that was all strange, and scared the hell out of me at the time, because I was just falling asleep. Where am I at? Teenagers laughing every time I passed them. Like, there'd be groups of teenagers, and every time I pass them, they'd be like doing like a real fake like laughs, like they weren't laughing at anything in general, like like you'd laugh at a joke or whatever. Every time I walk past, they'd go ha 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 ha, ha, and I just found that very peculiar. Um, these are the sorts of techniques they use. They're endless, the techniques. Random bashes at my door, which I've been having since I've moved into this place on my own. And the front door is inaccessible, so I can't quickly answer it. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about hidden images, hidden behind certain websites focused for TI's use, like it making it seem like they're trying to help us when in fact they've got hidden iMessages behind the screen and stuff, where you know them things where if you go sort of boz-eyed you can see an image. Well, they've got techniques like that on lots of them, so I'd be aware of images behind certain websites. But not just that. Where am I at? Changing in font on specific words, like the words evil, kill, like being tagged, like nasty words. The font will be slightly changed, ever so slightly, so it would be very hard to pick up consciously as you're looking. As you're reading, you wouldn't sort of pick it up because most people read at a speed, and you just scroll past it without taking it into your conscious level, so you won't be able to identify there was a problem. But in your subconscious, it's making a sentence like, we are evil and we are going to kill you, or something like that, because you're reading each specific word that with the change of font in your subconscious, because only your subconscious is picking it up. It's very strange, and this is how a lot of websites and stuff are built. Certain messages I've had from people have been peculiar as well. Where am I at? Projected flashes of images, like in front of my eyes. That's a weird one, where I'll just have like, it feels like it's shooting through the back of my brain, and it will shock my whole body at the same time. Twitches, muscle spasms and shocks, what I get continuously if I don't have a drink or anything, if I can't relax. As soon as I try and relax, these twitches and muscle spasms will happen. The shocks like emanating from the lower lumbar part of my spine, so I can feel it shoot up from the bottom to the top, and then out my elbows and stuff. It's really weird. Random joint movements, like every part of my joints where cartilage is connected, like my elbows, my kneecaps, my hips, my ankles. They'll just have random spasms, and it'll feel like joints are sort of dislocating. And this is sort of quite new to me, but this has been happening quite a lot. Frequent sleep paralysis. I know that can be put down to loads of things, but it's something that happens to me far too often. It's ridiculous how often it happens, and my eyes are open. I just can't move my body at all. It's pretty scary every time it happens. Where am I at? Vibrating of the spine. That hasn't happened for a while, but I'm continuously sort of shaking a lot. Random jaw spasms, like my jaw will, and that's where all cartilage and stuff is joined, where your jaw is as well. It sort of spasms from left to right, out of place. I'm biting my tongue a lot. I'm constantly grinding my teeth, like I'm constantly chomping right down. Ears go back like an animal when I hear a noise, and they do. It feels like the cartilage in my ears has been sort of pushed in. As soon as I hear a little noise, I'm like a cat or a dog. Do you know, when they hear a noise and they jump to they react to it like that. It's like that. Flickering eyes, like my eyes are always sort of flickering open and shut, as if I try shutting them, especially they're flickering, and there's always flashing lights behind the eyes. So it's all very peculiar. I'm going to write this down and send it to a doctor too. Well, I have written it down, but I'll send a doctor all the notes of all the different things that have happened to me. That's what my mental health worker said I should do. after I've had a physical with her. And like interference in front of the eyes as well. Sometimes I'll blink and there'll be all like green dots, like when you get interference on your digital TV, you get all these like squares and weird pixels going on. So it's all real strange. I don't know what's going on half the time. I'll put that down. I've got like constant confusion. Like I'm constantly confused, especially if I haven't had a beer. I've been drinking beer a lot recently just in order to calm the spasms and twitches down. I know it's not the answer, but at the moment it feels like the only thing that I can self-medicate with that actually helps in such a way. It's mad. Just like the confusion's like intense migraines, but it's constantly happening. I barely get a break from it, and this is why I drink so much and stuff. And at the moment, anyway, I'm not. I'm more of a binge drinker who will drink for periods and then stop. But then for months and months at a time, I'll have all the spasms, the twitches, and everything else like that. And it's fucking horrible. Whatever's doing it, I'm wondering if it's bloody satellite navigated, if there's someone in a van nearby beaming something at me. I'm wondering all these things because I don't know how much is true that you read or you see about on the internet, because I've been told so many lies over the past, and it's hard to believe how these certain things are done, but it's definitely done in one way or another, or it wouldn't be happening. So yeah, I just wanted to say all them symptoms and say beware of certain web pages and certain comments you may get from twisted individuals or TIs that have wanted to turn into, I don't know, or have just gone mental and they're trying to send you hidden messages or pretend hidden messages in order to try getting you to work them out, or things like that. It's all weird now. Everything is weird and confusing to me, but I'm still here. So thank you for watching and all that, and I hope everyone's all right, and I hope everyone is not suffering too much with the certain things. And if there's any non-TIs watching this, take into account all those TIs have all the same symptoms as real TIs anyway, right? And we've all got the clicking in the left ear. It's only in my left ear where the clicking happens, and it's like an ignition on a cooker or a lighter, and sometimes it goes off like mad, and it's a bit like Morse code, I suppose. I wouldn't know how else to put it. Popping in the right ear and constant tinnitus in both ears. So it's like all a massive annoyance anyway. Whatever it's doing, it's trying to destroy our psyche or split our brain into different sections in order for more control. I'm not sure what it's all for, but it's definitely experimentation, and it's definitely bad. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers and that too.